Welcome, everyone. Welcome, welcome. We have a wonderful program for you tonight. Welcome to the Oklahoma Virtual College Fair. Tonight, you're going to hear from a great list of schools, and thank you so much for joining us. I just have a couple of housekeeping items this evening before we get started. You'll be able to use the Q&A button at the bottom of your screen to type your questions to our presenters at any time. If your question is for a particular institution, you'll want to make sure that you mention that in the question so they know who to answer to, or they know who should answer that question. This is a webinar, so your camera and your microphone are off, so the panelists cannot see or hear you this evening. This is just one of the many sessions being offered, so be sure to sign up for some additional sessions to learn more about different colleges and universities. This presentation is being recorded and will be available within a week at that same website where you registered. And again, you'll be able to use that Q&A button at the bottom of your screen to type your questions anytime. So without further ado, I am going to turn it over to our first presenter. You guys are first going to hear from the University of Oklahoma. Take it away, Gracie.
Thank you so much. Awesome. I'm going to go ahead and share my presentation, and if I can get a thumbs up that you can see it. Okay, awesome. Thank you so much. My name is Gracie Ramirez, and I work for the Office of Admissions and Recruitment at the University of Oklahoma. Thank you so much for being here today. I'm going to be presenting a little bit about what the University of Oklahoma has to offer, and then obviously we'll have the Q&A at the end as well. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. Maybe? All right. So if you are not part of our mailing list, please go ahead and take a picture of this QR code, and it will give you the opportunity to get to a website where you can sign up for our mailing list. So if you're a student that does not already get emails from the University of Oklahoma, you can go ahead and sign up for our mailing list by, like I said, taking a picture of this QR code. So I'll give you a couple seconds to do that. So now, so the University of Oklahoma, we have our application that went live at apply.ou.edu on August 1st. And once you click on the freshman tab, you'll realize that you'll have 3 ways that you can apply to the University of Oklahoma. The first way is going to be the OU application, which is only directly for the University of Oklahoma. Then we have the common and collision application, where you can apply to OU while still being able to apply to different institutions all at the same time. These are all the same application. We just want you guys to have options. Also, the University of Oklahoma, when we check your application, we're revising it, we're doing a holistic review. So we're looking at your GPA, ACT, SAT, we're looking at your activities and involvement, your personal essay, and your letters of recommendation. We do look at your GPA, ACT, SAT. However, I will be talking a little bit more about how we are test optional this year. If you're going to be sharing your activities and involvement, make sure that you're being very thorough in the way that you're explaining. For example, if you are the captain of the soccer team, make sure that you're putting down that I'm the captain of the soccer team and these are my duties. So make sure that you're explaining exactly what it is that you do for that organization or wherever you've been involved. The personal essay, make sure that you know the difference between personal essay and freshman supplemental scholarship essays. Here in particular, we're talking about the personal essay, and then letters of recommendation are optional. So it's up to you if you want to turn in letters of recommendation. However, we encourage you to at least turn in 3. At the University of Oklahoma, we also have over 170 majors. If you're a student that knows what you want to study, make sure that you put that down in your application. That way you're not missing out on any scholarships that those specific colleges have to offer to incoming freshmen. If you don't know what you want to study, that's completely okay. Like I said, we have a variety of majors. And if you're a student that's struggling and finding out what it is that you want to major in, we encourage you to check out our survey. It's ou.mymajors.com, which basically matches you up with the different majors that have to do with your passion and your interests. Like I said, at the University of Oklahoma this year, we are test optional. So because of the pandemic and what's going on right now, we realize that there's a lot of students that have signed up to take their ACT, SAT, and the time for you to go and take it has been canceled. So just make sure that you know that we are test optional, not only for this year, for the next 5 years. So it's up to you if you want to show us what your ACT or SAT is. But that, you know, by doing that, you know that it will be heavily on your GPA. So just make sure, you know, you're setting up your academic goals and that you're turning everything in that you're supposed to, as far as like your personal essay, your letters of recommendation, and your activities and enrollment. At OU, we also have these important dates. So like I said, August 1st, apply.ou.edu. That's whenever our application went live. FAFSA is a free application for federal student aid, and that went live, today's the 14th, so 14 days ago, right? It went live at fafsa.ed.gov. And so in order for us to be able to see your expected family contribution, we encourage you to fill out your FAFSA before December 15th. Obviously FAFSA is open much longer after that, but we encourage you to apply before then so that you can take advantage of some of the other awards that they have to offer to students before they run out of those awards. Then after that, we have our early action deadline, which is November 1st. So if you're a student that would really like to know your financial package early on, we encourage you to apply by November 1st, and then our final scholarship deadline is December 15th. So if you're interested in any sort of scholarships from the University of Oklahoma, we encourage you to apply by December 15th, which includes turning in your freshman supplemental scholarship essays. At OU, we also have over 550 plus student organizations, which means that you have the opportunity to connect with different people, and we have amazing alumni that continue to come back and support our undergrad students. So it's a great way to network with different people, different organizations, even if you get to meet people that already are doing what you want to do, right? So taking advantage of that opportunity through these organizations, and also meeting new people and having fun and having that college experience that you've always dreamed of. And then we also have our virtual resources that are located in this website here. And obviously we've had to put all of our resources virtually for you guys so you're able to connect with us. So make sure to check out this website and check out what we have for you virtually. And if you have social media, we encourage you to follow us at @GoToOU. We have Instagram, Facebook, we have Twitter as well. So our Office of Admissions and Recruitment Communications team, they're always doing testimonies. We have students take over our Instagram stories. We have updates on the deadlines that are coming up. So we highly encourage you guys to do that. And when you get your box of admissions, also tag us at @GoToOU if your page is not private, for a chance to be reposted by our Office of Admissions and Recruitment Communications team. And like I said, if you're not part of our mailing list, go ahead and take a picture and be part of it. And we are so excited to be able to talk to you guys today. Thank you so much for the opportunity.
Thanks, Gracie. Next up, you guys are going to hear from Rogers State University.
Hi, everybody. My name is Megan O'Neill, and I am the university representative from Rogers State. For those of you who might not be super familiar with Rogers, we are a small state school located in Claremore, Oklahoma. So that's about 30 minutes outside of downtown Tulsa. We are a smaller school with around 3,700 students and a 19-to-1 student to faculty ratio. So we love those small class sizes. Our job at RSU is to ensure that our students develop the knowledge and skills required to achieve their goals and thrive in their local and global communities. And so we do that by creating a really tight-knit community where students have access to all kinds of activities, lots of different options for majors and minors, and then of course, internships, study abroad, and everything like that. just a little hype video because of course this is a very short presentation. I only have 6 minutes, and so I just wanted to give a little taste about what RSU is like. And I'm going to give a quick overview of campus life. So something you saw a little bit of in the video, I'm going to expand on that more. So we have all kinds of student organizations on campus, and we highly encourage our students to get involved. So we have all kinds of major related organizations, diversity related, campus involvement, and then of course those outside interests. I think one of the best clubs I've heard about recently was a tea and knitting club that a student started. So it's really easy to start an organization at RSU. It just takes 3 students and then a faculty advisor. And as you can see, this is not a complete list, but we're always looking to add to it because the more inclusion, the more diversity, the better. Additionally, in addition to our student organizations, we have all kinds of campus activities. So that starts from the moment that students move to campus. In fact, some students move to campus early for our Hill Camp orientation, which is a week of scavenger hunts and games and meeting new friends and getting familiar with campus before your classes start. There's a different theme every year. For example, this year was Jumanji, which I thought was just really accurate to 2020, but it's a different theme every year, and it's always a lot of fun. We have a big welcome week with activities all during the first week of classes, homecoming, spring fling, Hillcat Run and 5K, and MLK week of service. And then of course we have our intramural sports. We have a wide variety there. And then our athletics, we're NCAA Division II. And we have great on-campus housing. So actually our freshman housing, I like to say our freshmen are a little bit spoiled, and that housing was only built 4 years ago, and it is gorgeous, high ceilings, lots of natural light. Of course, we provide all of the furniture for you, even a microwave and a mini fridge. So really, if you want to bring a TV or a futon or anything like that, that's the only furniture that you would need to bring yourself. So 2 beds, 2 dressers, 2 closets, microwave and a mini fridge, sink and vanity in the room, of course, climate control in every room with a desk and chair, and then we provide Wi-Fi and cable. The building includes a large community kitchen, so if you want to go bake cookies or pizza with your friends, you just have to have your RA open that up for you. A laundry facility, so just swipe your student ID, do as much laundry as you need. No need to go home, take it home to mom and dad. A game room with ping pong tables, foosball tables, flat screen TVs for hooking up those gaming consoles, multiple study rooms on every floor with, again, TV so you can practice those presentations, and then whiteboards for working out math problems. Also, I get asked a lot about eating on campus, and I totally understand. Food is very important. I too think a lot about food. Our dining situation is also pretty great. So the Chapman Dining Hall was also built 4 years ago along with our freshman housing. It is a buffet style, swipe your ID once for all you can eat, all kinds of home cooked meal options, a sandwich bar kind of like Subway, stir fry bar. There is a brick oven for pizza, and then of course all kinds of dessert options, ice cream with toppings bar. So it's a pretty great place to hang out. We also have the Hillcat Hut, which is in our version of the student union, and that has grab and go options as well as a grill. And then we do have a coffee shop on campus for all of the students' caffeine needs. The city of Claremore is also a pretty great place to hang out. It is a small town, but there's all kinds of things to do. So we have kind of a historic, restored Main Street that has all kinds of restaurants and shops. So a great place to hang out with friends, bring the family, or if you're looking for a part-time job, it's great for that too. All kinds of restaurants. We do have Food Truck Thursdays on that Main Street downtown, which is a lot of fun. And we have an RSU takeover during one of those days. And all of our athletes come out in their gear. There's a lot of school spirit. This town of Claremore really embraces RSU students, and we're pretty happy about that. We just had a local coffee shop built right down the hill from campus. It's called Green Eyes. Great coffee, great place to study, and again, a great place to work. And then I get asked, okay, so Claremore is a small town. Do you have the things that I'll need? Yes, of course. We have Resource, we have Walmart, Chick-fil-A, Buffalo Wild Wings, Whataburger, all the things that students like to eat. And then, like I said, we're just a 30-minute drive from downtown Tulsa. For recreational activities, we have Claremore Lake, and then actually RSU has its own nature reserve right on our campus. So really quick, I can't go into all of the academic programs that we have to offer, but I'm just gonna go and name a few. So we have all kinds of options for health careers, broadcast and journalism. We were the first school in Oklahoma to have an esports degree, which is pretty exciting. And then awesome scholarships that students can apply for as soon as they apply to the university. Those start at a 17 and go up from there. And then we have our honors and PLC, which are 2 separate applications and an interview process, but one of those is a full ride. And then apply. Our application is free. It's up on our website now. It's on the very first page. No essays, no minimum SAT or ACT or GPA to be admitted. We just look at that stuff for scholarships. Also attend Senior Day, Saturday, October 31st, Saturday, November 14th, Saturday, November 21st. Search Senior Day on our website. It'll be the first link that pops up and the times will be on there. All right.
Thanks, Megan. 6 minutes really goes by fast,
It's
doesn't it? So next up, you guys are going to hear from Midwestern State University.
All right, good afternoon. My name is Jonathan Henderson. I'm the Regional Admissions Counselor for Midwestern State University in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, but I also work with Oklahoma students. So today I'm going to give you a little bit of an overview of Midwestern State. We got to move through it pretty quick because like Courtney just said, 6 minutes does blow by pretty quickly. So on each one of the pages you're going to see in my presentation, there might be a QR code like this one. It could be in the corner here or up here or in the top right. Just keep an eye out for those. If you hit those on every page, they will take you to a page with more information. So take pictures of them, go back to them later might be the better idea. So
Jonathan, I'm not yet seeing your screen. Maybe other people are, but I'm not.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
No, that's okay. I just didn't want you to get too far.
Yeah. It says screen sharing is paused for some reason. That doesn't make sense. Let's try this. How about that?
Yes.
Okay, so I got it 5 minutes now. All right, so
you still have 6. Go ahead.
that's okay. QR codes, you see where they're at. Midwestern State is located just 15 miles from Oklahoma. We are very close. We're an hour south of Lawton and 2 hours south of Oklahoma City. So we are a Texas university. We are a public university in Texas. We are about the size kind of Cameron University in Lawton. So a little bit like that, but we're, I think, a little bit bigger. One cool thing about Midwestern State, though, for Oklahoma students is that we have special deals for you for tuition. So if you do want to go out of state and come to Texas, if you're in a county that borders Texas, tuition is the same as if you were a Texas resident. And if you are anywhere in Oklahoma that's not one of those counties, tuition is only $30 more per credit hour. That's an average of $90 more or $90 more per class on average to be an Oklahoma student coming to Midwestern State in Texas. So we have around 6,000 students and 18-to-1 student to faculty ratio. We're the only public liberal arts college in the state of Texas. And that word liberal there doesn't have anything to do with politics. That just means we focus more on the sort of classical model of education and work on giving students a well-rounded education. So with that 18-to-1 student to faculty ratio, we like to boast that we have very small classes. When I used to teach English at Midwestern, my freshman classes had only 20 students or less. And when I was a student at Midwestern, my smallest class had 5 students in it. So we like to give you guys personal attention so you have plenty of time with your professors and the other students. We are Division II for sports. The only sport we really don't have is men's baseball. We are also part of the Lone Star Conference. There's over 100 different student organizations at Midwestern, 14 fraternities and sororities, and of those sports that we're Division II in, we do have 20 sports. As far as dining on campus goes, we of course have our dining hall, but we also have Burrito Bowl, Mavericks Corner, which is sort of a restaurant style offer from Midwestern, Grill Nation, and Chick-fil-A. As far as housing goes, we like to offer students a very private housing experience. Some of our dorms range from having privacy walls to being in a Z shape where students live on either end of the Z and have a common area in the middle, and then some freshman dorms with private bedrooms. So we have 4 dorms for freshmen and underclassmen and 2 apartment complexes on campus as well. And if you wanted to live off campus after your first year, Midwestern State is in Wichita Falls, which is one of the most affordable places to live in the state of Texas. All of the programs that we offer are here. We have 42 different majors and minors and several pre-professional programs. Within each one of our majors and minors, there are, of course, concentrations so that you can focus on different areas here and be sure to get the degree that you want. If you want to do a pre-professional program, we can prepare you also for law school, medical school, dental school, pharmacy school, physical therapy, or vet school as well. You can pair that with any major you want, although we do recommend, of course, that if you're going to do medicine, it makes sense to do biology. If you're going to do law, maybe philosophy or political science. So there are lots of cool programs in our schools, and we do have graduate programs as well. As far as acceptance goes, we are test optional for 2021. So you do not have to take the SAT or the ACT test. However, I do encourage students to take it if they are able, because we might be able to offer you some more scholarships depending on your test scores. However, if you want to know what it takes to get into Midwestern, you can see right here on our admission standards, a 3.0 to 4.0 GPA or top 25%, we do automatic admission. After that, it's based on your test scores and class rank. If you don't have the test scores, you can see on the right side there the different GPA requirements for different kinds of admission. We also have a program for students who may not be prepared for a four-year college yet, where if you want to join us, we will also educate you at our junior college across the street. You'll be an MSU student and a Vernon College student and live at MSU. And then after the first year, if you do well, you are a full MSU student. As far as cost goes, I did talk about that a little bit earlier, but you can see the exact price here. So we're one of the more affordable public schools in Texas. Our tuition and fees for Oklahoma students is $10,696 per semester, per year, I'm sorry, and room and board is around $9,504. You'll reduce that number by about $300 to $400, around $400 if you're in a Oklahoma County that borders Texas. So it is in-state tuition for those students. We do offer merit-based scholarships. We have a lot of other scholarships as well. Check out this QR code right here to get a good outline of what those scholarships are and what the cost at MSU is. And 75% of our students do receive a large amount of financial aid, averaging around $10,451. So that pretty much covers your tuition and fees. These are the merit scholarships that we offer, and since I'm running out of time, I'm going to go through these pretty quick. We have a distinguished scholarship for $7,000. Our honors program offers between $4,000 and $7,000 per year, and of course there are extra requirements to get into that program, but they are well worth it. I graduated from that program and loved it. And then we do campus tours. Since we're in Texas, but we're only 15 minutes into Texas from Oklahoma, it's easy to come and visit us. We do tours about every single day from 10 a.m. At 10 a.m. and at 2 p.m. and then on some Saturdays. This QR code right here will take you to where you need to go in order to visit our campus. You can also come to our virtual event, Mustangs Rally. It's usually a big on-campus open house, but this year it's going to be virtual, of course. You can find it from that page as well. The QR code takes you to. And then finally, if you go to this QR code, it will take you to the Meet Your Counselor page where you can find my contact information and the contact information of the other recruiters at Midwestern State if you want to reach out to us. So thank you for participating in my presentation today, and I hope you get some good information from all of the schools, and we look forward to seeing you at Midwestern or at any other college you attend. Thank you.
Thanks, Jonathan. Don't forget, you guys can put those questions in the chat. I know I've already learned so many great things about these institutions that you're hearing from tonight, and we still have several to go. So next up is Oklahoma Baptist University.
All right. All right, guys, I know that this year looks a little untraditional, and I'm so thankful that you guys have hopped on here to learn a little bit about all of us. So we are, my name is Gina Shea, and I work at Oklahoma Baptist University. I'm an admissions counselor here, graduated in 2015 with a degree in communication studies, and then have just kind of stuck around in admissions. And so a little bit about OBU, we are a Christian liberal arts institution. We want to transform lives by equipping students to pursue academic excellence, integrate faith in all areas of knowledge, and engage a diverse world and live worthy of the high calling of God in Christ. That's kind of what we're about, and that's what we want each of our students that leave OBU to leave with. So we are located really right in the middle of Oklahoma. So we are about 30 minutes outside of Oklahoma City. In Shawnee, we have all the great college things that you could need as a college student. So we've got all the fast food restaurants, sit-down restaurants, bowling alleys, movie theaters, and we also have a couple of bike trails that you guys, if you're wanting to bring your bike. But if you're missing that big city feel, or if you're missing some traffic, Oklahoma City is only 30 minutes away. We're about an hour and 30 minutes from Tulsa and about 3.5 hours from Dallas. So when I was a college student, me and a couple of my friends actually road trip to Dallas a couple of times to go catch some really good concerts. So that was a really fun experience and a fun story to tell. Here at OPU, we have about 2,000 students on campus, so our average class size is 20. You are never going to sit in a class with 300 people ever. And for me, I love to talk and I love to ask questions, and so it was a perfect scenario for me. My professors knew me and they knew me well. And so they knew that by me asking questions was me processing information and just learning more like hands-on style. So for me, that was great. And at OBU, we have a 14-to-1 student-faculty ratio. So your students or your professors are going to know you. And like I said, they're going to know you well. And we keep that number really low intentionally because we want our professors to be able to write those letters of recommendation for you upon graduation. And here at OBU, we offer over 88 areas of study. So we have an incredible nursing program. Our nursing students, we have like a 98% pass rate on our NCLEX. So our nursing program is phenomenal. We have a wonderful business department and also pre-med. So if you're thinking about going into med school, really great option for sure. And then of course we offer anything from like education to communication studies, which is what I did, and then all the way to theology and ministry. So if you're thinking about going into some sort of a church, then definitely consider us as an option for your major. Another thing about OBU is here we are Christ-centered. So that's really going to be in the middle of everything that we do. So your classes are going to come through that Christian worldview. If you go to anatomy, you definitely have to do anatomy. You're not going to sing Kumbaya, you're going to learn. But everything is taught through that Christian lens. So you're still going to have the hard conversations whenever it comes to anything from the science department all the way to theology. Still going to actually learn the material. Also, you'll have to have 96 chapels to graduate. Seems like a lot, but on average, that's about 12 a semester, and we offer anywhere from 25 to 30. In addition, we will have our global outreach trips. So if you're thinking about, if you've gone on a mission trip in high school and that's something you want to do in college, we have a global outreach center that will help organize those. We send students all over the world each year. We're the #1 sender to the IMB. And then if you're also considering studying abroad, that will go through our global outreach center as well. I had a friend who studied in Oxford for an entire semester who studied language and literature there. So definitely an option. And then also for financial aid, 100% of our students that get accepted to OBU will receive an academic scholarship. Those range anywhere from $7,000 to $14,000 a year. And those are renewable as long as you maintain a 2.0 GPA while you're in college. And I know a couple of other colleges have mentioned the FAFSA. Definitely fill that out. At OBU, we give away Bison grants, and those are based on FAFSA. So college, OBU was a more affordable option for me personally than another school that I was considering. So we give away Bison grants, academic scholarships, and then anything departmental based on majors as well is an option. Also, if your parents work for a full-time church, then you can qualify for a church staff dependent scholarship as well. This year we are test optional, but we will need some sort of a placement test, so ACT, SAT, AccuPlacer, in order to make sure that we put you in the right classes academically. We want you to be successful. And also, if you're going to college, making sure that you have that you're going to have a job after you graduate, or you're going to get into med school or grad school of your choice. Those are really important. We want OBU. OBU is a really great way to make sure that you have those, you reach those goals that you have for yourself. So we're really proud of this, but we have a 99% placement rate 6 months post graduation. So 99% of our students that are graduating from OBU are getting into jobs, med school, or grad school right after graduation, which is incredible. And last but not least, I would love to encourage you guys to apply today. It is completely free to you. There's no essay, so it'll take approximately 10 minutes at most. So I would love for you to apply, and so that way we can talk about financial aid, we can get you accepted. And if you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out at admissions@okbu.edu. We would love to be like a built-in best friend for you and make this crazy college stressful situation of finding the college for you as helpful as possible.
Thank you, Gina. Next up, you're going to hear from William Woods University.
All right. Good evening, everyone. My name is Spencer Burke. I'm an admissions counselor with William Woods University in Fulton, Missouri. I work with all incoming students from the state of Oklahoma. And here's my contact information. So if there's any questions you have after tonight, feel free to email me or call, text me on my cell phone. A little bit about Fulton, Missouri. We're located in Callaway County. We're 25 miles from Columbia, 25 miles from Jefferson City. If you want the bigger city experience, about 100 miles from St. Louis and 150 miles from downtown Kansas City. So we're in a very ideal location. Fulton itself is a small town community, about 13,000, so it has a small town vibe. We have the historic Brick District downtown, which contains about 50 restaurants and many strip shopping areas downtown. We also have the Winston Churchill Museum, where Winston Churchill gave his famous Iron Curtain speech, and pieces of the Berlin Wall. About William Woods University, we have 2,200 total students, 900 of which are on the undergraduate side. We have a 13-to-1 student to faculty ratio, which is going to give you the opportunity to get to know everyone on campus. Even more importantly, everyone here is going to take the time to get to know you by name. We have 54 different clubs and organizations with William Woods, and the majority of our majors have a club or organization that's affiliated with them. Some of our most popular majors include equestrian science, American Sign Language, business, education, and biology, and our current students reside from 35 states and 11 countries. This is a picture of our university president, Dr. Janae Barnett. She's been with the university since 1973 and has been our university president since 1990. About 40% of our students on the undergraduate side are student athletes, and here's a list of all of our athletic programs that we have to offer. Some unique opportunities that William Woods has to offer. We offer Woods Around the World, a 2-week study abroad opportunity. For next year, we've already confirmed that we're going to Thailand and Cambodia. We have a director of career services on campus. Her name's Amy Dittmer. She helps students with finding internships, jobs. She also plays a part in putting together your cover letter, resume, and if you'd like to do a mock interview. So a very valuable resource that you want to use here at William Woods. We have Freshman Advantage, which is a 3-week program in June, when we'll start that the summer before you officially enroll in August. It's a 3-week program where you live on campus, can earn up to 7 college credits, just so that way we can ease you into that college process before you officially start in August. We have +1 programs in business administration, healthcare administration, education, and a Master of Arts in organizational leadership. For being accepted to William Woods, the first scholarship you'll receive is a $5,000 per year lead award. That's for getting involved with different activities on campus and attending different events, such as with guest speakers, athletic events, that sort of thing. About 60% of our students are involved in Greek life here at William Woods University, and they're involved with a number of activities both on and off campus. Some steps to apply. The first one is submit the application, which is free of charge via our website. It takes you about 5 to 6 minutes to complete. We're also part of the Common app, and then we also have the Quick app as well. Seniors, very important. The FAFSA is now available for the 2021-2022 school year. Our school code is 002525. Once we get your FAFSA, we'll put together a financial aid award letter for you, which is going to show your scholarships from the university, along with any type of additional aid that you've qualified for via the FAFSA. For acceptance to the university, we require the student to have a minimum 2.5 cumulative GPA, and we are test optional for 2021. So meaning we won't require the ACT and or SAT for acceptance to the university. You'll want to be sure to review your acceptance and financial aid orders once you get those. And to secure your spot, you'll submit a $100 tuition deposit. We'll use that to lock in your financial aid package and begin the process of getting you registered for classes starting for August. I mentioned the 2.5 cumulative GPA and that we're test optional. This CV code is part of our Quick apps. Once you download that CV code, we'll consider that as part of your application to the university. And we're on a rolling admission, so we'll accept applications up until the first day of classes, which is Monday, August 23rd, 2021. We offer academic and athletic scholarships as well as that $5,000 award. And those scholarships are stackable up to the cost of tuition. I did mention the FAFSA earlier, and you'll also want to look into work-study opportunities as well as apply for outside scholarships, because every little bit helps. Even if it's $500, if it's $1,000, that's just extra money you do not have to pay back. If you want to learn more, we have on-campus visits, and if you want to schedule a virtual visit, like I mentioned, if you have any questions, feel free to let me know, and I look forward to working with you throughout the admissions process. Thank you, guys.
Thanks, Spencer. Our final presentation tonight will be from the University of Arkansas.
All right. Hey there, guys. My name is Tyler Simpson. I am a recruiter here at the University of Arkansas. I am in charge of recruiting for the Oklahoma territory, so I might be a familiar face for some of you guys. If not, then hello for the first time, and thank you for joining us. I'm going to share my screen real quick. Here we go. All right. As you guys can see, the University of Arkansas is a wonderful place to be. We are first and foremost a nationally competitive research institution. We are the land-grant flagship university of the state of Arkansas, so there is a lot of history here. We are really proud of who we are here at the U of A. We are located in Fayetteville, Arkansas, up here in the Ozark Mountains. If you're familiar with that, you'll know that it's a wonderful place to be. We're kind of smack dab in what makes the natural state the natural state. It is truly gorgeous out here. There's plenty of opportunities to enjoy the outdoors, whether you want to run into the Ozark Mountains, if you want to go to the Buffalo National River just north of us, or Devil's Den State Park just 5 minutes down the road. There's no shortage of outdoor activities here around the U of A. And I think that that really contributes to making the city of Fayetteville one of the top 5 best places to live in the United States. And that's really up against some other major metropolitan areas. We're talking Denver, Colorado, Austin, Texas. Fayetteville is kind of popping, it's the place to be. And it's great. Besides just, the great outdoors here at Arkansas, Walmart was actually started just a little bit north of us. So I'm sure you guys have all been to a Walmart before in the past. But because Walmart's here, we have a lot of opportunities for our students as far as internships, post-graduation, employment opportunities. There's actually 300 of the Fortune 500 companies here because of those Walmart partnerships. So that's a higher density than anywhere else in the country except for Manhattan. So if you're interested in big business, small business, medium business, starting your own business, whatever it is, Fayetteville, Arkansas might be the place for you. So definitely check out University of Arkansas if that's something that you're interested in. There's plenty to do on campus though. There's over 400 student organizations here at the University of Arkansas, and we run the whole gambit on those, from your kind of standard academic organizations, your religious organizations, hobby organizations. We have unique ones as well. We have an I Love Dr. Pepper club, a live action role playing club, plenty to do. You can definitely start your own organization if you have 5 other friends and a staff sponsor. We actually had some folks last week who were dead set on starting an underwater basket weaving club. So if that's something that you're interested in, then the U of A is definitely the place for you. Yeah, it's great. Around 30% of our students do participate in Greek life. So if you ask 1 out of 3 hogs, they're going to be in a fraternity or sorority. There's tons of representation. There's over 30 different fraternities and sororities at the U of A. So there's definitely a spot for you here. I take a lot of pride in knowing that there really is a place for everybody at the University of Arkansas, whether you're interested in any of those student organizations in Greek life and sports, in esports. We do have a few esports teams. We compete in League of Legends, CSGO, Legends Runeterra now. So we try to stay pretty relevant with our esports teams. So I say all that to say that there's no shortage of great stuff to do at the University of Arkansas. But I do want to talk about academics for a little bit as well. We have over 200 degree programs all the way from undergrad to your doctorate. You can run the whole gambit of your education here at the U of A. All those degree programs, all of our undergrad degree programs rather, are going to have a 8-semester degree plan that goes along with them. We know that your time is valuable, so we want you to be able to get in and get out so you can go to grad school or so you can go to land your dream job, whatever that looks like for you. But it is robust. We are kind of known nationwide for the Walton School of Business. We actually have the #1 supply chain management program in the country. So if that's something you're interested in, definitely check us out. And I do want to touch on our class size as well. We are a pretty large campus, 28,000 students, but we try to do a lot to keep that small kind of family focused feel. It's an 18-to-1 student to faculty ratio. So we want you guys to be able to talk to your professors and to meet your classmates as well. It can be kind of hard to make friends if there's 100 other folks in your class. So we try to keep that small. As you can see, as I stated, just under 28,000 is our record number for enrollment. So quite a lot of students, that's actually, double the size of my hometown where I grew up. So it's definitely big for some folks, but we do a lot to make it feel like home, right? There's a lot of traditions that make it feel like home, right? One of my favorite traditions is actually senior walk, right? We honor all of our graduates here at the University of Arkansas. If you graduate here, your name is going to be etched in stone forever. We have over 4 miles of sidewalk with all of our previous graduates' names. If you get 2 degrees, it gets on there twice. So it's definitely something awesome to show your spouse, your grandkids, something down the road, and it'll still be there, which I think is great. And if study abroad is something that you're interested in, we actually have one of the top 5 study abroad programs in the nation. We have satellite campuses in Rome, Mexico City, but we can really send you wherever you want to go, right? We've had students that have studied in Prague, Sydney, Zimbabwe, all over the place. We can send you anywhere you want to go as long as it's deemed safe. We've got programs from 2 weeks out of the summer all the way up to an entire semester or an entire year abroad. So we can really cater that experience to what you're interested in. It does look a little different this year, so we're hoping that gets back to normal soon. I do want to hit on the nitty gritty a little bit. I do want to talk about admission requirements right now. Our application for admission is open right now. So if you go to apply.uark.edu, you can get on there no matter if you're on a phone, laptop, whatever, you can fill out that application. The priority application deadline is going to be November 15th, and we actually admit around 80% of our students before that date. So make sure you are hitting that priority application deadline. I do also want to note that we are test optional for admissions. So if you've had trouble taking a ACT or an SAT, we will work with you on that. Definitely screenshot this slide if you are interested in any of those. December 1st is also our priority scholarship deadline. I do want to highlight that as well. Make sure that you are meeting that date if you are applying for financial aid here. Also, this is my contact information. If you are screenshotting slides, please screenshot this, and I'd love to reach out to you in the future. We can definitely chat. I have online chats available at the University of Arkansas website, so definitely check me out or send me an email, give me a call. I'd love to chat, and have a great day. I think I'm out of time, and woo pig suey.
Thanks, Tyler. I would like to invite all of our panelists to share or turn on your cameras. And with the minute that we have left, I would like you to give your best advice to this group of students going through the application and college search process. So Gracie, we'll start with you. Well, let's move on to Megan. We'll come back to Gracie. Oh, Gracie, there you are.
Hey, can you repeat the question?
Just give your best piece of advice to our seniors, and it has to be quick.
Okay. So the best piece of advice that I give you is to be in communication with your admissions counselor. I think it's very important. Communication is going to be key for everything that you do in life, and I think it's very, very important for you to keep communication with your admissions counselor, no matter where you apply, and that way you can, when we're thinking about scholarships and nominations and all that, it's, if we have you in our mind because you've been communicating with us, then you're going to be the first person we're going to think about, right? So it's really important for that, for scholarship and nomination opportunities, but also for you to be aware of the resources that are available to you. And that's pretty much it. Thank you.
Thanks, Gracie. Megan, 10 seconds on your best piece of advice.
My best piece of advice is to do your research about everything, look into multiple different schools because you have so many options. So make sure you know what majors are available to you, what scholarships, all kinds of outside activities, what the living situation is on campus, all of that good stuff.
Great one. Jonathan?
Yeah, once you've done that research, apply early and apply quickly. The earlier you apply, the more of a plan you're going to have, the less stressed you're going to be when the fall comes around.
Great. Gina?
Yeah, my best piece of advice for every student is to visit your top 3 colleges that you're considering. Didn't know I wanted to come to OPU until I came and took a campus tour, so visit colleges.
Even virtually if you can't visit in person, right? But in person is best. Spencer?
2 pieces of advice I would give. Definitely visit the colleges, universities that are of interest to you and send them your FAFSA results because we want you to not only be able to afford to attend these schools, but more importantly, we want you to become graduates of the university you attend.
Absolutely. And Tyler?
Yeah, my biggest piece of advice to you guys has to deal with scholarships. So I would always say to shoot your shot. Even if you are kind of teetering or if you think you're teetering on those qualifications, apply anyway. The worst thing that can happen is that, financial aid says no, and the best thing that happens is you get the money that you earn to go to college. So definitely shoot your shot on every scholarship.
And I'll end it with enjoy your senior year. There's so much to celebrate, even during a pandemic. Thank you so much for joining us. When you close this window, there'll be a link to a very quick 4-question survey. We'd appreciate any feedback that you can provide. This was just one of the many sessions, so I hope that you'll sign up for additional sessions. In about a week, you'll be able to access this recording as well as other recordings on the website where you signed up. Have a great night, everyone. Goodbye.